Hi guys, Kim Jongli here, back with another online commentary battle. This one was sent in by Dionyzos of the Crusaders of Hell clan, and his opponent is Arminius, or also known as Vicoxbeats or Pro Beatbox of the Roma Victor clan. Both guys are subscribers to my channel, so thanks to both of them. But we have Armenia here against Dacia, and this is using the Cup of Nations tables. So Armenia is penalized here with a bit of a disadvantage, while Dacia has a bit of a Denarii advantage. So Dacia here has 16k, while Armenia has 12.3k, and a limit of 4 cataphracts as a maximum. So as you can see here, Dion's got 4 peasants, he's got 6 gold archers, he's got 4 arrow cav, 2 on this side, 2 on the other side, which are silver. He's got the 4 cataphracts here, gold. So heavy investment in those cataphracts, as Armenia usually does. And we have Arminius here, Pro Beatbox, with 2 Scythian mercenaries, one on this side, one on the opposite side. Gold attack, 2 chosen archer warband. I think gold attack here, or a mix of upgrades. And we've also got archer warband here, 6 of them, mostly with 3 upgrades, so probably gold attack, or maybe 2 attack, 1 defense, something like that. But yeah, and we've got chosen archer, chosen swordsman here, 4 of them, gold silver it looks like. We've got also the 6 barbarian cav as usual, and they look like they're gold, so that's all normal. We'll get the battle started. Dion here, very heavy investment in the cav, which is quite normal for Armenia, but because Armenia has been penalized, they've only got 12.3k. They can't really afford to go for a kind of more balanced build, so Dion's gone just full on with the cav. He's pretty much brought as many the best kind of melee slash melee cav units he can bring within the rules of this game. So these Arab cav and these cataphracts going to be doing the heavy lifting for him. These Arab cav also going to be fantastic for countering these Scythian mercenaries, which you can expect Dacia to bring. This is really confusing because they have units with names of other factions, but anyway, Dacia here with a more balanced build, I'd say. The gold attack on the archers does look a bit odd, but I think the barbarian archers have a bit more defense than the regular archers here of the other factions, so the attack might matter. And he also might have been expecting a infantry heavy Armenia, which is possible because the pikes are very good against barbarian factions, so that could have been an expectation there. Maybe that's why with the gold attack, but it could also be a silver attack and bronze defense or something. So I'm not too sure whether Vicox is going for a just a regular skirmish kind of build or a kind of more rushy one. I think he's gone for a more typical skirmish build, just because he's got these 2 Scythian mercenaries here. He really wants to get value out of these guys. He wants to be shooting these archers here, or maybe even the light cav, to eventually whittle down that cav force of Dion. But some peasants here are going to engage against these chosen archer warband, and that was not a good engagement for Vicox, because the peasants, I think, killed a few. Yeah, the peasants here killing a few chosen archers, and this is an expensive unit. Peasants cost next to nothing. They've got like 1 upgrade, but that's still, pretty much nothing. So I think these eastern peasants, especially, I think they have more attack and defense than the regular peasants. So they were able to do some pretty decent damage actually for a fodder unit against this chosen archer warband, which could be crucial in the late game for Vicox here. Vicox gonna get we're gonna take this engagement against the Arab cav, hoping to be able to get his barb cav in there and pick them off, but Dion's not gonna let that happen. He pulls that cav out with time to spare, and he's also brought his cataphracts over in case. And he's going to get rewarded and be able to pick off this chosen archer warband as well, and again, Vicox here doesn't really have a counter. He doesn't have the light cav presence over here to quickly destroy these archers here. He's bringing his Scythian horse archers now, his Scythian mercenaries now, but we'll see how much work they can do by themselves. They're not the best at chasing that kind of melee, so even stationary archers can probably just fight them, and you're not too upset about that as long as it's not for a prolonged period of time. And as I said before, they are unable to rout these archers here. They're just not great in the melee, and they're going to get caught by some of these Arab cav, which is again not good for Vicox. Vicox here, it's looking pretty sketchy for him now. He really needed to win this skirmish against these Eastern archers, and quite convincingly as well. He ideally also would have wanted these Scythian mercenaries to stick around. You want them to stick around so that they can shoot at the back of these cataphracts, or at least even the Arab cav after all the archers are mostly dead, because that makes your eventual cav engagement a lot more favourable. For some reason it's lagging now, but yeah, you want them to stick around because you want to win this archer fight very convincingly, and Vicox hasn't really been able to do that. In fact, now it's Dionyzos winning the archer fight very convincingly himself, and that's because he's been able to get a lot of these archer warbands and chosen archer warbands and even Scythian horse archers killed almost for free, at very little cost to his Arab cav force. His Arab cav force is fairly depleted now, and he's lost 1 or 2 units, but for what he's been able to take away from Vicox, I think he's quite fine with that. And Vicox going to come in here with a push. He has managed to rout a bunch of units, but Dionyzos is not taking that fight with all these routing Armenian units around. And these archers here will probably come back. Even the peasants will probably come back just because they have so many guys. And Vicox is unable to really give chase here to these fleeing units because he's got no Scythian mercenaries left over here. They're all over here. In fact, they're trying to kill these archers, but again, not enough stats on these guys to convincingly kill the archers quickly. They're not like the Arab cav or other light cav. You really want to be shooting with them rather than engaging them with archers. Dionyzos here sees that Vicox has left his cav a little bit open. He is going for this fight, even though Vicox has his chosen archers, chosen swordsmen nearby to support, and I think there is a chance that Vicox could take this fight, but it's probably not the best idea with 3 of Dacia's units routing nearby. This unit almost gets caught, but Vicox gets it out in time, which is very nice. And we're going to be seeing an engagement here. Vicox is going to take it on this side, and chosen swordsmen are going to be nearby to support, and he's also got 2 cav round the back, so this is looking to be fairly even. If Vicox had a better engagement with these chosen swordsmen, I'd say it would be favoured for him, but unfortunately not. These Scythian mercenaries are routing with a lot of guys left, and he's throwing these Scythian mercenaries in. He really wants to win this fight, but it's not happening, and that's in large part due to the morale damage inflicted by these 6 archers here, just shooting flaming arrows into the back of Vicox's guys. His guys, the morale just crumbles under the six volleys of flaming arrows going into their backs, and also inflicting a lot of damage as well, of course. I think that was 50-50 for Vicox, but once you throw the archers in there, shooting all those flaming arrows in, quickly becomes very favoured for Dionyzos, and again it comes back to Vicox being unable to win the archer war, which he really should have. With his build, it was all in on winning the missile fight, and Dion just used his light cav really well, took out a lot of Vicox's archers early on and destroying his game plan from there, and from there Vicox was forced to rush and in the end take an unfavourable engagement. It was favourable in the immediate area, but once you take the arches into account, it was not really even that close. But well played to both players. I believe this is still the group stage. We are still in the group stage at the time of recording, so I wish both players good luck, and hopefully they both make it to round 2 because they're both really great players. I know Dion's spot is very secure right now, but Vicox, I think if he picks up a win or two, he could get a spot in the top 5. But we'll hope to both players. I hope we'll see more of them. I'll see you guys another time.